Hi there, Capricorn. It's October 2025. And this month, if you have a look at what's happening in your chart, a lot is focusing on your family, your home, real estate, domestic issues, primarily, especially in the first week or so of the month. My reasoning for that, if you have a look at this transit of the moon, and I probably gave it away with the YouTube heading here. There is a full moon which takes place on the 7th, right here in that area of your horoscope that regulates the relationship with your mother herself, your domestic environment, your historical family, but importantly too, as I keep saying, the most important home is where your heart is. And so this also has to do with peace of mind, inner tranquility, inner understanding. It is one of the three spiritual houses, what we call the 4th, 8th, 12th triangle. In your case, you were born with Aries on the 4th, Leo on the 8th, and Sagittarius on the 12th. These are the fire signs. So we call this the fire triangle. And so here we see your domestic life, when activated by these planets, can be fiery, can be dominant, and there's the full moon on the 7th/8th, which is going to bring a whole lot of emotional energy into your family life. Now you'll notice also that the moon for you, Capricorn, rules the 7th house of marriage. So there's an intimate link between the planet of marriage being full and your family life, your domestic circumstance. This could also indicate that your partner may be overpowering in terms of issues related to home, real estate, that sort of thing. As I've said to all of the other signs just now, the transit of Neptune in this sector, for you, the home sector, can be rather confusing. It can show that the ideal you have, where you want to be in terms of your family, domestic life, the type of house you want to live in, may fall much shorter than expected, right? Short of your expectations. There we see Saturn, the natural, practical, earthy, material energy in a close conjunction with the ideal nebulous Neptune, as I call it. So the challenge here is for you to find some way to achieve your goals in this area of your life right now, but to not feel frustrated. In other words, sometimes we have to accept where we're at in our path. Sometimes we can't warp speed to the future, to the condition, to the space we wish to be in. So we have to endure that, and that requires patience, constraint, self-discipline. Oh, hello. All of the traits of this Saturn planet, which is in conjunction with Neptune. So, the long and the short of that is patience, self-discipline, focus is what's necessary. Yes, you've got to have the dream there, but you'll notice here, within the last few days of the month, Neptune will move back out of this zone of property, family, giving you much more clarity. That also then pivots to this new moon on the 21st in your 10th house of career, with Venus ruling the 10th house. This zone, 10th zone, this space which is directly overhead at midday, dominates our profession and reputation. It's Karmasthana, what we call the house of karma. And so the new moon here shows a distinct opportunity for you to make some new changes in your work, in your profession. That's also shown there. There you have that retrograde Neptune moving back out of the 4th house, clearing the way for a nice pure expression of energy in your professional arena. So in other words, if you've been somewhat constrained in this area, your home life, it's likely in the latter part of the month to fulfill your ideals, and we see that in the 11th house here, Sun, Mars, Mercury, Moon was there for a little bit. Venus shows us the way forward here. Venus is indeed your best planet next to your ruler Saturn. It rules the career sector. It also rules Taurus, the fifth sector of creativity, and your past karma. So right now, many of you born under the sign of Capricorn should be enjoying the fruits of your, hard action here. And I wouldn't worry too much about Neptune because you are grounded in your ruling planet. Sometimes, however, things do get away from us. We get ahead of ourselves. But fortunately, at the end of the month, we see Neptune backing off, allowing full measure for Venus there. It's a beautiful placement there in the 10th house. A lot of socializing, a lot of opportunity. In the ancient Vedic astrological science, Venus in this 10th house is called Malavya Yoga, and it's very, very lucky. So this is a time in your life, notwithstanding some of the cautions I've given you there, it's a time when you can proceed forward, achieve, not so quickly in your home affairs, which should really, I think, start to move forward after this year is over. In the early part of December, Saturn will move forward and it will bring more concrete results for you in that area. In the meantime, if you want to find out more, follow the links, please, Capricorn, to astrology.com.au. There's more information there for the month of October, more information on the month of November, December. We've got the whole year mapped out there. Daily and weekly readings to augment the readings I'm doing here. And of course, I'm here if you need a more detailed analysis, the real scientific stuff. This is more generalized for the masses. But subscribe, like me, drop me a note, and please come back next month for more. I'll be waiting for you. Bye-bye for now.